I'm making this video on Sunday and I'll publish it on Tuesday in response to a question from one of the other videos I've made. Have I done any back testing on this 3-year price projection that I've shared with you over the last couple of days? And did I do any back testing? And I responded to Larry, one, because I thought it was a fair question. Second, because he's a fellow Hoosier. Graduated from Indiana State, and he's in the financial business, so I thought it was a fair question. I'm not going to share the analysis I've done on every stock, but I am going to share with you how I identified it, and it was through NVIDIA. I said to myself, NVIDIA had to leave a trail to its extraordinary performance, and if I can identify the breadcrumbs that NVIDIA left behind its growth, I can maybe apply those same breadcrumbs to other stocks and create an algorithm or formula, as Larry says, to give me projections in the future. So this is, as you see, this is the 3-year projection chart that is based on 3 years of projected earnings compared to PEG ratio and current ratio, and then I use it to predict what the price might be in January the 1st of 2028. So I thought it was a fair question. So let me share with you what I've done or how I looked at NVIDIA. What I learned from NVIDIA is that if I go back and look, as Larry said, back testing, I'm going to find that a stock who is anticipating a growth opportunity, and that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for a stock who just continues to grow at 5% a year, because that isn't going to give us an exponential growth in the stock price. No, it needs to recognize a growth opportunity, and then I need to be able to look at its financials and say, what did it do to take advantage of the growth opportunity? Well, if you've been to my channel lately, you know I've spent the last 12 weeks with Goldman Sachs, and they've been teaching me how to recognize growth opportunities in my business and then take advantage of them to grow my business exponentially over the next several years. And what I've learned is that if you recognize a growth opportunity, probably the first thing you're going to have to do is to gear up for it. You're going to have to spend some money. So you're probably going to have to go into debt. So that's what I look for in a stock that is showing me they're projecting their earnings to grow. I want to see why and what they're doing to make that grow. So the first thing I do is I go to their balance sheet and I look at, is their debt increasing? And here you'll see this is NVIDIA, and this is their debt back in 2015. That's in billions, I guess, of dollars. And you can see between 2020 and 2021, their debt grew by 211%. That is an astronomical number, and it's a red flag to say, what the hell are they doing? Well, at the same time, the next thing I do is I go to the bottom of their balance sheet and see if their employee count has increased. And you can see they went from 13,750 to 18,970 employees. And so their employee count grew by 38%, and then the next year 18%, and followed by 17%. Now, look up to the right, and you'll see when NVIDIA exploded, when their earnings per share grew by 622%, followed by 1,000 or 127%, and their stock price jumped by 234 39% and 193%. And that, I contend, was all driven by these two numbers: the growth of their employees and the growth of their debt, because they recognized these GPUs that were being made, they were making for the gamer world, was going to be a major player in the announcement that Sam Altman made in November of 22 about ChatGPT. And what I contend is Jensen Huang knew about ChatGPT back here. in 2020. Okay, and he started gearing up in 2021 to take advantage of artificial intelligence that was coming down the line. So if I can identify these things, and then if today I can look for the signal that says what can I look for, and what I'm looking for over here is the growth in earnings per share. If they're projecting growth in earnings per share of 64%, 117% in the future, now you might say, yeah, but their growth in earnings per share, their earnings per share dropped 54% in 2023. Of course it did, because now they're paying a lot more employees. They're probably giving stock-based compensation, and they're paying interest on their debt. And back here, the interest rates on the debt was substantially high. So that explains this, the drop in the earnings per share. The other thing that I lean to is PEG ratio. And that is, let's look at their PEG ratio. And a PEG ratio will drop. And it will drop as a result of them gearing up for the future. So here we have their PEG ratio was at 10, was at 12, and all of a sudden dropped to 1.29. Why did it drop to 1.29? Because their price came down 29%. Okay? No, came down 75%. Because their price dropped 75%, their PEG ratio dropped. I then look back and say, why did their PEG ratio drop? Because they went into debt and they hired a lot more employees. Now, is that true on every one of the stocks that I have over here? I know the answer to that question, but am I going to share it? No. Just like Coca-Cola isn't going to share their recipe with you. They aren't going to give it away, and neither is Colonel Sanders, and neither are the hedge funds. Now, what I will do is hope to build your confidence that I know what the hell I'm talking about. And then if you want, Larry, to take advantage of this opportunity, and I've shared with you many times, I spend between $20,000 and $25,000 a month to get access to this information. You can do the same thing. Write a check every month for $25,000 and you can access this data just like I do. It's there, but it comes at a price. Now, what you got to decide, does Kerry know what the hell he's talking about? Does this make sense? Is this something I want to participate in? Or do I just want to continue to go myself? The other thing in my comments that I'm being called stupid because I said Palantir was going to pull back to $20 a share, and now let's look, Palantir's up to $76 a share. Right? Right. So I'm stupid, right? Wrong. Look at their PE ratio, 177. And if you don't know what a PE ratio is, come to my chart and click there. And I'll give you a 15-minute explanation of what a PE ratio is, and then click here, Larry, and I'm going to tell you what a PEG ratio is. And look what their PEG ratio is, 6.43. A fair PEG ratio is 1. Now, you do your due diligence, all you critics, and then you tell me, is Palantir fair priced, or is it a meme stock? Is it a FOMO stock? Go look at what percentage of Palantir is owned by the retail trade. Well, let me show you. This is Palantir's ownership. Public owns 43% of it. Is that outrageous? Well, let's look at ARM, 6% for ARM. Let's see another stock I've been searching. Let's see what it is. How about Hewlett Packard, public, 13%. What was Palantir? 43%. How about AMC? That's a good one. 52. Okay, if you like Palantir and its ridiculous 177 PE ratio, go for it. Remember who told you first. Larry, I hope that answers your question. And as a fellow Hoosier, I feel I owed you that. And thank you for your support. And most of all, thank you for the question. I hope that fills your bill and you'll continue to support Best of Us Investors. And any of you can support it. Just come to the website. We're giving you a 14-day free trial, and part of the 14-day free trial is full access to this 3-year price projections. And what I do basically say is if the stock continues to grow, if Apple continues to grow its stock price, which is 242.82, at the same rate it's growing its earnings per share projected over the next 3 years, it will give you a rate of return over the next 3 years of a cumulative 37%. Well, I think I can do better. ARM, I think, is 195, and I'd really encourage you that, oh, excuse me, that's AMD. I just did a deep dive on ARM, and I think you ought to listen to this. Click on there, and you'll get about a 15-minute dissertation by Samantha and Brad, and they'll tell you what ARM is up to. And it could be the best stock you may want to own over the next 3 years. It's contingent on a lawsuit. I'm not going to tell you any more. There it is. Okay, I have a big day Monday. I have a medical appointment, and so this is my Tuesday video. I hope I'm feeling better on Tuesday, and I hope you do as well.